Welcome back. This is Tech Talk. Again, Ethan's not here, but again, like I said, we are filling in. We're going to get it done. So we got a couple things. I'm your boy Snake.
Mingo D.
The hammer.
Yeah, here for some Tech Talk news. Do-do-do-do.
Why did that rhyme a little bit? What is that?
It did. It absolutely rhymed. It was actually pretty good.
Gotta get the rhymes in, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm talking about?
You know what I'm talking about? Hey, did y'all know that old programmers never die? Yeah, they just can't see as well.
Okay. I can appreciate that one. I feel a little bit validated because I understood it. Like that one could be hard to grasp,
Yeah,
but
it's
I
a
understood
computer
it.
joke. Like it's not that. It wasn't the one I wanted to say. And the other one just freaking went away, and I couldn't find the freaking thing again.
That's a lot of freaks.
What's an astronaut's favorite computer spot?
What? I feel like I know the answer to this.
The space bar.
Yeah.
That
That one was funny. I like it.
was a little bit better.
Like little
Anyway,
puns.
There you
let's get into this Tech Talk news segment.
go.
What y'all got?
Arms.
Tech Talk news. So I guess I'll go first because I feel like mine is the least interesting, but it is very interesting. So we know we've been dealing with COVID-19, and we've been trying to find innovative ways to try to stop the spread. Um, it's been better in some ways, worse in other ways. There's the new strand that they're worried about. Coming out, like that's hit California pretty hard. There was, I think, a case somewhere in East Texas, and a few other places. But apparently doing the tech for what do they call it? Is it CEC or yeah? The
Yes.
During the show they had a
CES.
CES. Sorry, I apologize. But apparently during this show they had a mask, and I'm having to make sure I say it right. It's my Razer. It's called Razer Project Hazel, and apparently it's a mask that's supposed to um, help with the spread of not only corona but lots of different diseases. But it's meant to be stylish and um, it's stylish, multifunctional, and it gives the ability for people to read lips. Because I know it is a hard thing whenever you're in the store and you have a mask on, the person on the other side of the glass has a mask on, and you're trying to talk, but it's never loud enough, and especially me, I'm not a loud person. And we talk about this all the time, and I have to like repeat myself like 6 times to get them to hear me. And there's times where I've had to pull my mask down so they could read my lips and then put the mask back on. Well, this one apparently has a deal so you can see and read lips, and it has the two filters that are built on the side of it. People have been iffy about some of the filters that have been before. Apparently, um, these filters will be able to filter 95% of particles. So they're going to be highly effective against the COVID-19 and other things. Even dust, dirt, things that are bad for you. The good thing is it's going to filter both ways, which is important. I think that's one of the reasons why people weren't huge fans of the first filters, because it only filtered one way, and it didn't filter the other way. So it wasn't really stopping the spread because you could breathe out and it didn't filter on the way out. This is going to filter oxygen and filter the CO2 coming out. So it has that function. They're going to be, like I said, multicolored. Um, and they're talking about getting with THX, which is what caught my eye with this more than obvious medical benefits with the COVID. They're supposed to get in contact and get involved with THX, and they're supposed to work on microphones and amplifiers to fit in the mask. So when you speak, like me, I don't like to yell and feel like I can speak and it'll come out like a speaker, and I can be heard without feeling like I have to yell, and I have a mask on. So very interesting, deal that they had. It's gonna have LED lights that are gonna have a function. It doesn't go into detail what that function is. I'm assuming maybe it'll tell the user the condition of the filter. Maybe I would think red, yellow, green. To give kind of a warning as to, hey, your filter's about halfway through the life. Get ready to have to change it. If it's red, hey, filter's no good. It'll either be that or it'll be something that's completely cosmetic, because I think we as people are just obsessed with cosmetics at times. It probably doesn't need to be a big deal. So look out for that. That is a thing. They have not given a release date at all, but it is an interesting thing, and it was at CES, and I think it'll be groundbreaking once they get it out and get it distributed, because we do need as much help as we can as far as the spread of corona. So that's what I had, from CES. I thought it'd be something cool to bring to the show because it is different, and the pictures I've seen, it even looks kind of cool. It has like the one I saw has like a kind of a multicolored thing going on. Looks more green, but it's what is that? It's not pearlescent, but it's the other deal where it gives that rainbow effect. That's what I saw on the mask that I saw. So that's all I got. I'm going to pass it off to one of the other two gentlemen here to talk about something probably a little more interesting, but it's actually good news that they're coming up with something to try to help with our situation. So
love it.
All I had, I just wanted I just wanted to go over Elon Musk issued a contest, basically saying that he will give out $100 million to whoever can create the best carbon capture technology. So if you know anything about carbon capture technology, or you want to, and you want to try to do your best, send it in, you might get $100 million. Like, I mean, there's a lot of people out there probably doing it, and it's a lot smarter than me, but I want to try it.
You have nothing to lose. Nothing to lose.
I mean, if we can all put our heads together, we can get $100 million, split that. Mm-hmm. But hey, I mean, I think that that's a really good thing. Like, basically, he's one of the rich people, basically trying to make the world a better place and using his money to get people to try to get motivated to get a green living, basically to help our ozone layer. I think it's a really good thing. He also said that he's willing to take suggestions on what to invest or use his money in. So like, there's he's actually asking people like for suggestions. So I think that's cool. But that's all I had. I mean, it's basically, it was a really cool thing. Like, I want to try. But
Yeah, like I said, I think you should. You have nothing to lose, and that is cool that he's doing that. Because that, to me, that kind of opens the door for people that have had ideas that could really benefit, the world,
yeah,
but they just never had anybody that had the financial backing, and it might be something that's actually good enough, and now they can actually present it like, hey, I had an idea for this. I can turn
right,
this compost into biofuel that works with this, that stops this, and saves the ozone even more. And then he can be like, that's a good idea. I'll give you the money. Here you go. Do it.
right.
So kudos to Elon Musk for that. I agree.
This is my turn. So my tech really isn't, well, it's recent tech. The tech that is technically out now. So, as you know, CES just passed, and whenever CES passed, there's always one company that comes out swinging, and they're like, "Hey, these are our products," and that's Samsung. Everyone knows that. And whenever Samsung comes out with something, people listen. More particularly because of the S series of their phones. I don't have I'm actually on my phone, so you can't really see it. So, with that being said, the Samsung S21 is out. They have three versions. They have the Samsung S21, the Samsung S21 Pro, and they have Samsung S21 Ultra. I think that's the names of it. If I got it wrong, that's okay. It's whatever. The first one is just the basic phone. It has some plastic. It has plastic on the back, and I think it runs for, if I'm correct, $700. $700. It's gonna be a plastic. I guess they're what they want to say, carbon fiber type texture, or whatever. Not all glass, and it's gonna only have three cameras, which I believe is the regular, your regular daily shooter, your telephoto lens, and I forgot the third one. Forgot what the third one is. Wow. Anyway, the second phone also, the Pro per se, will also sport those same three cameras as well, except that one will be all glass. And the reason why they're going with that is because last year, with the S20s, people didn't really like the fact that the Pro last year was not glass. It was like, could be better, but it wasn't, and it was just a lot of things going on. So, and then there's the Ultra. The Ultra sports 4 cameras. Now that camera bump is it's really, really big, but at the same time, it's not as big as, like, it's spaced out like this, but it's really thin. So, and it sports 4 cameras, 3 going straight down the middle, the regular telephoto, and I think it has a the macro lens, and I want to say the other one is a laser focus, or yeah, and I think that's the other one that the other two have as well. That's the third one the other two have. So so that one also sports laser focus, and then has the macro. The macro has changed a lot, but the macro has a 3x macro and a 10x macro. So you're wondering why it doesn't have the in between the 5 or 6 or 7. There's a reason for that, because they wanted to, because apparently something with the system, they said that when it goes to 1 to 3, that's the one that people usually use the most. And then people usually jump from 3 for some reason. They try to go or 100, and it has that 10. That 10 can go up to 100. So what they're doing is that they're using, that's the main focus, which is it goes to 10, and it has 100, and it has the 1, 2, and 3, and everything else in between. They're kind of taking a page from Google and Apple, and are taking where the system does it itself, where the software will make the tweaks in between. So therefore, you get a perfect, not necessarily perfect, but you get a extremely better camera system. And I would have to say their camera system is really, really good. So for this year, Samsung came right out the gate, actually, kicking ass, taking names, and they're making a standard right now. And everything else is really, 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 really good about the phone. Everything that came out with the 20 last year, they still have. They made more tweaks, bigger battery, 5,000 milliamp. They even have now the refresh rates on the phone go up to 120, and it has a auto refresh rate thing on there to help you with battery life. So you put on 120, and then but the auto will make it jump between. So let's say it jumps. Let's say it's at 120 when you're, let's say, scrolling through Google, but then it jumps down to maybe 90 or 60 hertz when you're watching videos, so your video is more clear, or it won't drain so much battery. It'll jump back and forth, and I think that's a nice feature, because no phone had that last year, including Samsung. So the fact they have that feature is really good, because the refresh rates can drain a lot of battery. Then they also have the OLED screens, of course, and they have where the glass screen does not curve over. I know some people like curved phones. I don't. And they've made it to where it curves less and less to where you have total, you can scroll and don't have to worry about the video messing up or the video curving over. So I think that's very great. They have a matte finish, and I think all the phones are matte finish on the back. I think some of them are glass, but I think most of them are matte finish. They have like variety of colors. The whole point is that Samsung comes out swinging. Now the Ultra comes out to $1,200, but it's a flagship. It's the highest tier. It's supposed to. It has a 500 milliamp battery. The other two have 4,500 or 4,000 respectively. So it is what it is, and it's something for everyone. Like I said, they have 3 cameras on those. They have 4 on this one, and this one has everything. So you want the big one, go for the big flagship. You don't want the other ones to go for that. Now, like I said, that camera bump, you put it upside down, it's gonna wobble on the table, but as usual, people are going to put cases on it. So go get a case, put it on your phone. So I'm excited about the state of how phones are going to go this year. So Samsung has really made a big impression, and they've listened to people last year because they didn't really they got pretty much beat out by Apple and other phones because they kind of made the flagship and then they kind of didn't put all the features they could have put in their phone. So everybody's like, you could have won, but you kind of dropped the ball here. But this year, it seems like they're coming out swinging. So we won't know anything for Apple until November, December. So, it kind of gives them a little bit of advantage, which to me isn't fair, but whatever, I'm not an iPhone guy. I don't care about them, whatever, it's all good. This is a guy on here that likes iPhones, but we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. But,
cares.
But,
what do you say?
No one cares.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Nobody cares about your whack ass phone either. But we ain't talking about that.
That's why y'all. That's why y'all phone has to include the I, because nobody cares because it has to be itself.
Because because it's smart.
But yeah, guys. So that's all I have in tech, and we'll hope maybe I'll just keep doing more phones for tech because OnePlus comes out later, and then Google comes out later on, and so we'll get to see what some of these phones are gonna do. I'm excited. Maybe Motorola will jump back and do something with. Maybe some of the foldable phones will come in and do something cool. I don't know. I'm not really into foldable phones unless I don't know.
Stop breaking.
Yeah, well, they gotta stop breaking because the damn that Samsung phone, or was it Samsung or LG? No, Samsung.
Yeah, Samsung had one.
And oddly enough, the guy, because I was intrigued by it, but I felt like the technology was rushed when I saw it. I was like, there's gonna be a thing with this screen, and you're folding it over and over. And the guy in the store, I went to AT&T as I was upgrading my phone because somebody in my household likes to tear up phones, and I had to use my upgrade to give them my current phone. I'm not gonna say no names for seller. Anyway, I was in there and I asked that guy about that phone, and he was like, "You know what, man? It's a nifty phone, but he said I had a guy come back in like 48 hours because he already had a distinct crease in his screen from the fold because the tech is just not quite there yet."
Yeah.
He's like, and I told him, I said, yeah, I kind of suspected that. I suspected that was going to be the thing, that some people's phones, and that's with phones, period. But that flaw is kind of a thing because it made it to where even when he was trying to use the touch screen, where that crease was at, it wouldn't respond to his touch because it was damaged. So it's like, it's not quite there. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, that is going to conclude the Tech Talk. So remember, go to YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, and share. People, comment. Let us know if you have anything about what we talked about. If you have anything you want to comment about, put the comment down below. Talk about it. If you anything that you heard about that you want us to talk about or investigate, we will do it. But you gotta put it down there to where we can know what you want to do. Remember, we're also on Facebook. So, all right. Well, we will see y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
Stay nerdy.
Talk nerdy to me. Get nerdy with me.